was had his hearing. He was indicted this week on 26 different charges, and quite frankly, it's quite alarming. I want to go over that today with you and tell you why this is not the same, and why it's not in the same league as Comey and Letitia James in New York. This indictment is a very different bird, and we need to keep an eye on it. Yes, we all know that this is retribution by Trump against him, but the facts of the case are very different and really have John Bolton at much greater risk than the other two of actually being found guilty and being put in prison. So I want to put this, let's take a look at this. After news broke Thursday that notorious GOP hawk and former National Security Advisor John Bolton was slapped with 18 charges for alleged mishandling classified information, he was quick to claim he's merely being persecuted by the former Espionage Act defendant, President Donald Trump, much like former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. But there are a number of reasons why Bolton could be in more serious legal peril, no matter what he says about being on Trump's enemy list. Lying to Congress, as Comey is accused of, and lying to a bank to secure a more favorable mortgage rate, as AG James is alleged to have done, are both serious offenses if proven beyond reasonable doubt. In neither case, however, is the government accusing them of jeopardizing the nation's security and defense. At its core, this is what John Bolton's indictment is about. Bolton allegedly shared over 1,000 pages of diary-like details with two relatives at home in Maryland and stored or transmitted classified information on or through AOL and Gmail accounts, including after his stint as National Security Advisor ended in 2019, as he worked on his tell-all book, The Room Where It Happened. Now, mind you, all this stuff that they're accusing him of happened in 2019. It's not new. The loose handling of top secret information, the government also alleged, made Bolton a relatively easy target for an Iranian hacker. While it is true that Trump reacted to the Bolton indictment by calling him a bad guy who essentially got what's coming to him, the genesis of the indictment appears much more regular than the circumstances surrounding Comey and James indicates. In Bolton's case, the indictment was brought under U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, Kelly O. Hayes, who was appointed by a federal court in June. What's more, Hayes was joined by career prosecutors in signing the indictment. That's a hugely different thing than with Comey and Letitia James, as they had to find that one in the Eastern District of Virginia just to try to find somebody and fire that other guy who was working on national security stuff, including Assistant Attorney Thomas M. Sullivan, the Chief of National Security and Cyber Section of the office. University of North Carolina criminal professor Teresa Byrne-Hessick additionally noted that the investigation of Bolton predates Trump taking office and apparently involves large amounts of classified material. To be clear, the fact that Trump has called for Bolton to be charged is highly inappropriate. If it undermines the public legitimacy of the charges, she wrote on X, but that doesn't mean the charges should not have been brought. To the contrary, there are good reasons to think the opposite. Now, Bolton has hired attorney Abby Lowe. I don't know if you remember. He's the guy that defended Biden's son in his work, and he's also working for Letitia James right now. He's a famous guy who's high profile, very expensive attorney out of New York. Bolton attorney Abby Lowell said the underlying facts in the case were not investigated and resolved years ago, appearing to allude to the public reporting that a DOJ criminal investigation of Bolton was closed during the Biden administration in 2021. These charges stem from portions of Ambassador Bolton's personal diaries over his 45-year career, records that are unclassified, shared only with his immediate family member, and known to the FBI as far back as 2021, Lowell said. Like many public officials throughout history, Ambassador Bolton keeps diaries. That's not a crime. We look forward to proving once again that Ambassador Bolton did not unlawfully share or store any information. Anyway, I wanted to bring that to you because it is a different animal than the other two, and we need to see what's going to happen out of this. Things really could change here, and he really is at a very different risk. So I just wanted to bring that up because we don't know who else is coming next, who he's going to go after next. Now, I also wanted to talk about why is Trump meeting Putin? Well, I was not shocked by Trump agreeing to meet Putin. I was am very disappointed. We finally were so close to really putting maximum pressure on Putin by finally delivering the Tomahawk missiles, the one missile that actually scares Putin. We have seen Peskov on TV, in Russian TV. I tried to look for the clips and I couldn't find what I had seen before. And I searched and searched and searched. And I figured after 2 hours, I couldn't find it. Anyway, we've seen Peskov talk about it several times in the past week on the Russian media, along with statements from Lukashenko from Belarus talking about this being a real game changer. I would much have preferred that we sent the missiles and then have Trump meet with Putin, where Trump would be meeting with maximum pressure on Putin, with having those already delivered or on their way, versus still having Putin with his golden tongue talking to Trump and maybe talking him out of it. Trump is a kind of guy, whoever talks to him last is what he tends to do. But he also is the kind of guy who likes winners. And I really think that when he started to see Putin, first of all, Putin terribly embarrassed him with the Alaska summit and humiliated him. And Trump did not like that. And then he helped, and we've been helping behind the scenes much more than has been reported. Apparently, it's just been reported this week. We've been helping much more behind the scenes with Ukraine. And that's part of why we're seeing Russia burn so dramatically. We're giving them, I guess, a lot of the intel so we can send the missiles to hit all the various oil depots and gas processing plants and electric things and electric infrastructure and all those things. So we have been helping. So Trump likes to be with a winner. And right now, Putin doesn't like being a winner. Putin doesn't look like a winner. The one thing that gives me great hope this week, when this meeting that's going to come up, is that Putin must come with deliverables this time to Budapest. He cannot come empty-handed again and leave Trump holding nothing as he did in Alaska. He just can't do that. He has to know this. He must know he cannot humiliate Trump like that again without severe consequences. So I do have some hope that Putin will offer something concrete this time. Let's see. It's going to be a lot of news. There's going to be a lot of noise between now and then. And we know that there's still an underlying like between Trump and Putin. And yes, Putin does know how to flatter him. But I was really impressed with Trump this last couple of weeks, finally, where he was helping what he should be, and that's Ukraine. So let's see what comes out of it. There'll be a lot of noise between now and then. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.